Hey, what up, YouTube? Welcome back to a new video with Rams fan YT. First of all, I'd like to apologise for no upload on Monday. I still have not got my laptop back. Don't think it'll be back by next Monday, but hopefully by next Friday it will be. The screen is currently broken, and the combination of me having a bad headache and my dad having a meeting, and I'm borrowing my dad's laptop at the moment to record this, just led to no upload about the history of Ipswich. Hopefully that does not happen and we can get that video up on Monday. I will be making a runs to football clubs, and I hopefully should be able to upload that at some point coming up. I'll be running on Saturday. But today's video is about the best winter transfers in the Premier League. There's not been many, so we can skip Arsenal, who the only transfer they bought some Australian guy in and loaned him back, so I'm not really counting that. So Aston Villa, Felipe Coutinho. I mean, who else? Well, you could have had Lucas Digne, who I was thinking of originally, but I just think Coutinho edges him out a bit. He's considered to be an archetypal Brazilian number 10, really. Advanced playmaker, really. Coutinho has been used as an attacking midfielder, second striker, as a central midfielder in a number 8 role, and even as a wide attacking midfielder on the flanks, where he excels at providing assists for teammates. Due to his dribbling ability, pace, and agility, he has been compared to Lionel Messi and Ronaldinho by former Espanyol manager Mauricio Pochettino, who also said, Felipe, he has a special magic in his feet. Former Brazilian striker Careca has also compared Coutinho to Zico due to his creativity, and was highly praised by his Liverpool teammates. Coutinho's elite vision and passing ability has earned him the nickname the Little Magician by Liverpool fans, and his precocious ability has also led his team supporters to give him the nickname the Kid. Although naturally right-footed, Coutinho is capable of playing with both feet and can strike the ball particularly well from distance. He has a penchant for scoring from spectacular curling shots with his right foot from just outside or well outside of the penalty area, especially after cutting inside from a left flank and placing the ball into the top corner of a goal, which has led to his former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp to compare him to Alessandro Del Piero. He is also a highly accurate free kick taker. Brentford, Christian Eriksen. Described as a classic number 10 in the media, Erickson's favoured position is in a free role in the centre of the pitch as an attacking midfielder behind the forwards. However, he is also capable of playing as a central midfielder, or mezzala, in a 4-3-3 system, as was the case during his first years with Ajax, and as a right winger in a 4-2-3-1 formation. He has also been used on the left flank on occasion and as a second striker. Erickson is highly regarded by pundits for his ability to orchestrate attacking moves for his team with his distribution, create or exploit spaces with his runs, and provide assists to his teammates. Although naturally right-footed, he takes shots with either foot, in particular from distance. He has also established himself as a free-kick specialist. Pundits have compared him to his compatriots Michael and Brian Laudrup, who were two of his major influences in his youth, as well as Wesley Sneijder and Raphael van der Vaart. Erickson has also cited Francesco Totti as an inspiration. Brighton and Hove Albion have only signed players and then loaned them out to Union Saint-Gilloise, so we're not going to have any more from them. Burnley have got Wout Weghorst. Wout Weghorst is an absolute bully. He will torment an opposition back line throughout the 90 minutes, from pressing high to dropping deep, to winning everything that comes his way in the air. If you had to sum up his best attributes into one sentence, it would be this. Weghorst is deadly in the box and a quintessential target man, but a high-pressing forward capable of being so much more than just that. The Dutchman scored a career-high 20 league goals last season, keeping up his streak of hitting double figures in each season since the start of the 2015-16 campaign, back when he played for Heracles in the Eredivisie. But again, more than just a goal scorer, the 6'6" striker also holds up the play expertly well and links up with close others magnificently. He's the kind of centre forward that naturally brings others into the game, both through on the ball and off the ball presence. Not only can the former Wolfsburg man score goals, he can also turn that solid on the ball presence into assists. The centre forward hit a career high 8 assists last season in Wolfsburg's stunning 4th place finish. This season hasn't exactly gone to plan for Weghorst, or his team for that matter, but he still ranks at the very top of all centre forwards in Europe's top 5 leagues for his defensive qualities and ability to leave the first line of pressure. In fact, he ranks second on a pressing from the front top 10 centre forwards in Europe compilation back in December. The 29-year-old will allow Burnley to perform the exact same tasks they wanted to accomplish with Chris Wood up front, but will also help Burnley achieve greater success when pressing from the front and defending higher up the pitch. Sean Dyche's team are always seen as one operating in a low block, but they still press from the front when they have the opportunity to do so, and Weghorst will be a tremendous help in accomplishing greater stability in their defensive solidity. Chelsea haven't signed anyone. So on Crystal Palace, Jean-Philippe Mateta. In his own words, the ambitious Mateta has likened himself to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Tall and imposing, Mateta is a standout player on the pitch. Standing at 6'3", the Frenchman is impressive in the air, winning an incredible 3.4 aerials per game. Only 5 forwards have more in the German league. He takes quite a high number of shots per game at 2.9. Only 4 forwards have more. He is also able to get in behind, making smart runs to be put through on goal. A good understanding with his teammates, Mateta is able to make the run, knowing he will be put through, and that confidence is impressive in someone so young. He can find space in a crowded box, demonstrating a strong understanding of the game and a natural striker's instinct. The young Parisian is a team player. He makes runs not just for himself, but smart runs to create space for teammates, as demonstrated in a number of goals this season. Mateta loves one-on-ones, showing a coolness in front of goal. He can take it round the keeper or provide a classy finish. Everton had a lot of choices, a lot of them flopped though, so I've gone with Vitali Michaelenko. Vitali Michaelenko is an incredibly hard-working fullback, covering almost every inch of the left-hand touchline whenever he plays. He is aggressive in his attacking, finding himself in possession in the final third often, and makes frequent overlapping runs. Seemingly iron-lunged, Michaelenko routinely had the most touches for Dinamo in a given match. He registered over 100 touches in almost half of their 2019-20 Europa League fixtures. In the same competition, no player completed more open play passes into the penalty area during the group stage. When considering the wealth of talent in the data pool, for a left-back to lead that particular metric is something of note. Michaelenko is an athletic competitor. He was moved to a left-back role to best utilise his natural stamina and hurtling stride, and his physique is similar to that of a middle-distance runner. As a consequence, he possesses good speed across all areas of his game, which makes him effective at making recovery runs, covering lateral spaces, and carrying out his defensive actions quickly and sharply. It is perhaps surprising that a player who was schooled as a centre-back is much better at attacking than he is at defending. Michaelenko's crossing is one of his main attributes. He is more than content to go wide, overlapping his inside forward before wrapping his foot around the ball and delivering all manner of crosses and cutbacks into the penalty area. There's a good variety in his deliveries too, which explains his assists haul across 3 professional seasons. Often with the ball travelling towards the corner flag, Michaelenko elects to whip a well-weighted cross into the penalty area. The whole movement is impressive, as he maintains balance, shaping his body to get optimum contact on the ball. Even when moving at speed, he maintains quality in his crossing. Other times, Michaelenko will opt for what could be described as a driven cutback. From deeper positions, he is adept at clipping gentle crosses towards the target inside the area, showcasing a full range. Notably, the vast majority of his deliveries are kept away from the goalkeeper and rarely overhit. Positionally, Michaelenko is relatively secure. At Dinamo, he takes on an attacking role, but with Ukraine in a back four, he knows how to tuck in as part of a disciplined defensive structure. His athleticism allows him to cover lateral spaces quickly and effectively, which makes him a natural fit for this role. That alertness helps him read opposition play swiftly too. He ranks highly for interceptions and loose balls recovered across all competitions, indicating his awareness and concentration levels are excellent. Leeds United didn't sign anybody, neither did Leicester, so on to Liverpool with Luis Diaz, or Diaz, I think he's Portuguese, I think he's pronounced Diaz. Luis Diaz is a pacey wide forward who presses, progresses the ball well, and takes shots like a striker. By some distance, he's considered the best player in the Premier Liga so far this season. Diaz has largely earned that reputation by way of his proficiency in front of goal, while he shares top spot in the non-penalty goals column with Darwin Núñez. The Colombian has also notched up 4 assists, taking his goal contribution up to a goal or assist every 84 minutes he's on the pitch. While he is on something of a hot streak, scoring those goals from an expected goals of 10.6, which represents an overperformance by a probably unsustainable but not ludicrous 32%, the 25-year-old's shot map is not that of a player simply getting lucky with some worldies. A full 83% of his shots have been taken from inside the penalty area, with an average of expected goals value per shot of 0.17. This is identical to Sadio Mane's. While the highlight packages will no doubt focus on his 2 or 3 belters from outside the area, typically Diaz's shots come in one of 2 ways. Either driving at and wrong-footing a defender in the box before going to the inside or outside from the finish, or ghosting in at the back post for a tap-in. These sorts of goals will make for a familiar sight for anyone who has watched Jurgen Klopp's Reds over the past few years, and suggest the new man will be an easy stylistic fit. Contributing 38 total key passes, Diaz has racked up 5.7 expected assists for an average of 0.5 expected goals per chance created. Again, they are produced in familiar fashion, driving to the byline or thereabouts, before sliding the ball across the box or cutting it back for a better placed teammate to finish. Perhaps Diaz's most oft repeated strength is his pace, as he was famously clocked at a blistering 35.5 kilometers per hour in the Champions League this season. And once he gets into his stride, the Colombian is a terror for opponents. He uses this pace to torch defenders, averaging 2.7 successful dribbles per 90 minutes, and it is his manipulation of rhythm and body position at pace that stands out. The ability to square up to his man while at full sprint without losing speed, then shifting his hips or dropping his shoulders and racing off again. Nominally starting out on the left wing, Diaz will drop deep and look to carry the ball up the pitch with regularity. The 25-year-old was Porto's main ball progressor this season, racking up 4.45 progressive passes and 9.25 progressive carries per 90 minutes. The latter number would put him in the top 10 in the Premier League. Finally, the newly minted Red is not adverse to defensive work, averaging 12.4 presses per 90 minutes for the Dragons this season, and he will happily engage a dallying fullback or cut out a passing lane if instructed to. Manchester City didn't sign anyone, neither did Manchester United, so on to Newcastle United with Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno's most immediately striking quality is that of his passing. The 22-year-old naturally finds himself close to or even between the centre-backs, where he can turn and distribute as per the game's requirements. His short passing is always sharp and well-intentioned, often fizzed into feet before a return angle is offered. But most impressive are his diagonal switches. The Brazilian midfielder wastes little time in possession, taking one touch to set himself before spraying perfectly floated balls out to either fullback. He also boasts 2 trademark passes, both of which involve splitting defensive lines. The first, the more commonly used, is an incisive through ball between centre-back and left-back, disguised as a simple pass out wide that suddenly whips infield and slices through to the defence. The second is made with the outside of his foot and exploits static defending, inviting aggressive runners to get in behind their man. Both fullbacks will benefit from these plays, maintaining an 88% pass completion rate with such variety also deserves acknowledgement. But those qualities should not distract from his intelligent work off the ball. Bruno takes on a conservative role and occupies space instinctively when needed. When left vulnerable to fast-paced counterattacks, the 22-year-old saunters left and right, filling in seamlessly for teammates stranded in more advanced areas. He has a knack for knowing where the ball will drop and how opposition players will occupy space, highlighted by his adequate defensive output of 1.3 interceptions and 1.8 ball recoveries per 90 minutes. The Rio-born midfielder is also extremely diligent in the tackle. He prefers to stalk his opponent, jockeying them into harmless areas, or better, back towards their own goal. Bruno knows he has the capability to match opponents physically, which nullifies the need to commit himself or jump in recklessly. However, when required, his tackling technique is reliable, whether standing or sliding, averaging 1.7 tackles per 90 minutes. He also has a habit of ghosting up behind players and pitching the ball before launching quick transitions with his quick operational speed and expansive range of passing. Deviating from an otherwise exceptional, polished skill set, his finishing can be surprisingly erratic. The Furacão's standout has proven a knack for arriving late into the box, but while those goals were arrowed into the top corner, not every strike has to be. Norwich City haven't signed anyone. Southampton, they haven't signed anyone in January, but they did bring in Willie Cal Caballero. Willie Caballero, I think it was in December, and he has made 23 appearances for Manchester City, whereby he won the EFL Cup with them. He made 52 saves with a 70.27 save percentage. He made 509 passes with a 71.51% accuracy, keeping 7 clean sheets and conceding only 22 goals, of which 5 were penalties. But he did save 1 out of the 6 he faced. He's also made 11 appearances for Chelsea, winning both the Champions League and Europa League and an FA Cup. But he spent most of his time in Spain, performing well for both Elche and Malaga. He started his career with Boca Juniors, winning the Argentine Primera Division, the Copa Libertadores, and the Intercontinental Cup. He made 5 appearances for Argentina, winning both the World Youth Championship and the Olympics. Tottenham Hotspur, Rodrigo Bentancur. A dynamic, hard-working, skillful, elegant, and tactically versatile midfielder who is comfortable using either foot. Bentancur has been described as a tall and physically strong player who is capable of playing in any midfield position, including as a defensive midfielder, as a central midfielder, as a winger on either flank, in a box-to-box role, or even as a mezzala or as an attacking midfielder behind the forwards due to his ability to make attacking runs from behind. He also possesses good close control, technique, and quick footwork, which enable him to get past opponents when in possession, while his vision, intelligence, personality, and incisive passing also allow him to set the tempo of his team's play in a more creative role as a regista deep in midfield, and create goal-scoring opportunities for his teammates after winning back the ball. His height and strong frame also enable him to act as a target man in an advanced midfield role. He has even played as a second striker on occasion. Although his acceleration is not particularly impressive, he is also a mobile player who is capable of pressing opponents from further up the pitch. Moreover, he has also drawn praise in the media for his composure and quick thinking, both with and without the ball. Due to his precociousness, talent, maturity, and wide range of skills, he is considered to be a highly promising young player in the media. Watford, I've gone with Samir. Samir is a large, quick, and physically powerful left-footed defender who is known for his confidence, solid distribution, ability to read the game, and strength in the air, which makes him a goal threat on set pieces in the opposition's area. Although primarily a centre-back, he is also capable of playing as a left-back or as a defensive midfielder. West Ham United haven't signed anyone, and so on to Wolverhampton Wanderers, the final one, I've gone with Chiquinho. Chiquinho has enjoyed a solid campaign so far with Estoril in the top flight of Portuguese football. No surprise there, really, is it? With 3 goals and 3 assists to his name from 15 appearances in 2021-22, helping the team to 6th place at the halfway stage. The 21-year-old right winger, who stands at 5 foot 10 inches, has been recognised by the Portugal national setup, having made 4 appearances for the under-20s team before making his bow for the under-21s in November last year. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you're new around here. That would be hugely appreciated. As I said, I'm going to run to a football ground. That's going to be the Graham Street Prims / Boroughs Victoria ground. They're kind of like sharing, but there's like 2 grounds right next to each other. Really weird. I'm going to hopefully do the Ipswich Town history of a club. And the same I've done now just for the Championship on Friday. But goodbye for now.